Hello, Bill Molyneux here for Bill's History World with Goober the Traveling Bear, and we are in Mathews County, Virginia at Fort Nonsense Historical Park. That's right, Goober finds the most unique places you can ever imagine. Let's investigate the fort and the historical battle that happened here.
This is impressive.
It is impressive. This is the embankment to the fort that we are standing on. We have a 10-pounder Parrott gun here. And that's Route 3 and 14 out there. And we are here on the embankment of the fort. And we're going to go on the other side and walk the pathway and the boardwalk that they have. We are here at Fort Nonsense, an historical marker. And Josh, what does this marker have to say?
Well, this marker tells us about how these breastworks are the remains of Fort Nonsense. It was first called Smart's Mill or North End Mill Fortification. Enslaved black laborers originally erected it or constructed it, and that Mathews County was important for its salt production and as a destination for Confederate blockade runners.
And you are here.
Yep.
All right. Well, Josh, they have a walking trail to the fort, and let's go check it out. Well, we're walking down the path. The fort was a earthen redoubt system, quite common, and according to what we've read on Wikipedia, there will be different stops along the way with historical signage, and we see a couple right now off to our right. So rather than hearing me talk, we'll have Josh do some of these. All right, Josh, what's this fortification sign say?
So this fortification sign talks about how a lot of the officers on both sides, even those who gained fame as infantry and cavalry commanders, were first trained as engineers, and that helped them in overseeing the construction of elaborate and complicated works such as this throughout the Civil War. And the word redoubt comes from the French word meaning place of retreat, and it's usually enclosed defensive emplacement, so like we see here.
All right, well, let's go see what this next marker says. And I'm going to give Josh a moment to read this, and then we'll come back. Josh, I'm really surprised. There seems to be a lot of paths here at Fort Nonsense. So which way should we go? This wooden path or that path that way?
I think we're going to take this wooden path, Bill, and then we're going to take this wooden path, Bill, and then when we come back, we'll go that way.
All right, let's continue our adventure.
It's a long wooden path.
This is a long wooden path. We've already walked, 100 feet. And we're still walking, and you can see the redoubt here. Still after 150 years, this fort must have been huge.
Yeah, it had to have been immense.
It must have been a huge redoubt. So here we are. We are at an overlook for the redoubt. Okay. So now we can see the redoubt even clearer and try to get a view for you down. These earthworks were
immense.
They're very big, and I'm sure these were bigger 150 years ago.
Oh yeah.
All right, here's some more of the earthworks. And in our opening video, there's the road, how it was covering this intersection. And there's our 10-pounder Parrott out there, and I don't think you can see it but through the trees, but it sits there. Let's see if we can get it in better. There's the trail of it. All right, so we're going to head back down our wooden path and take some more of the pathways. Josh, there's a lot to see here for the walking trails. All right, so Josh and I are going back down another trail. So Fort Nonsense has got quite a few walking trails. It's surprising. And we'll pause the camera here. So here's more of the redoubt walls of Fort Nonsense.
Yeah, now the walking path we were just on was just the other side of that. Was the walking path we were just on. So, just to give you an idea of how high that is, that walking path that was raised up as far as it was isn't visible from here.
Is not visible from here.
Yeah.
All right, let's go see what this sign has. Well, Josh, we walked to Fort Nonsense artillery position. Can you fill me in on what this is?
So this is explaining how all that remains today of Fort Nonsense is 2 sections of earthworks divided by a road trace. The forward section, which they believe extended across routes 3 and 14 based on archaeological evidence, would have been an infantry redoubt, and then there was also artillery redoubts behind that. And what we consider the road trace today may have been the sally port of the fort.
Okay, let me get a close-up picture. Very neat. So even Civil War historians and buffs, and I even wonder if Gary Alderman of the American Battlefield Trust has been to Fort Nonsense. We will have to send him an email and ask.
Sounds like nonsense to me.
It sounds like nonsense to me too. Let's travel down the path some more. Well, we're in another section of Fort Nonsense, and we're in the center section of a lunette. I think this is one of the artillery positions, and Josh is reading the Civil War in Mathews County, and we are right at the walls of this redoubt. And I know it's difficult probably to see in the video, but on the other side of this wall is a 16 foot drop probably. So Josh, I'm gonna come to you here. Josh, what do we have here?
So this placard is talking about Union African American sailors and the U.S. Navy's tradition of recruiting black soldiers and black sailors. And it's specifically talking about two brothers, the Brooks brothers, who served aboard the USS Minnesota. And it's a pretty cool little story. You should check it out.
All right, the Union African American sailors. You know, you hear about the African American units such as the 54th Massachusetts, but you know what? I really haven't heard or read much about the Union African American sailors. So this is an interesting, very interesting placard here. And wow. So a lot of history, you know. Well, what do you think, Josh? What do you think? This is a 2-3 acre field?
Yeah, about that.
All right.
This is a really great roadside find, and I'd encourage anybody to stop in here and check it out.
All right. So, Josh, can you close out our video?
Yep. Be kind, be courteous,
and stay safe.
Yeah.
All right. And is a Goober approved, no nonsense fort.
2 paws up.
Two paws up. Thank you, everyone.